Welcome to The Explainer. What is it that makes a truly great horror story stick with you? Well, today we're going to take apart a story of survival, piece by piece, not just to feel the fear, but to really understand its architecture.
So this story, it doesn't ease you in at all. It just throws you right into the middle of the chaos. It all kicks off with this incredibly desperate phone call from a woman, Archana, to her brother. You can just feel the panic in her voice, that urgency. And then, boom, nothing. The line just goes dead. In a single moment, the stakes are set impossibly high, and a 5-year mystery is officially born.
And then, bam, we jump forward 5 years. And what was a single frantic moment has now festered into this deep psychological wound for her brother, Atul. That phone call getting cut off, her just vanishing. For him, it's not just a memory, it's a ghost. A ghost that's been haunting him every single day, turning his grief into this relentless, all-consuming obsession. Now, here's where things get really, really clever. Instead of throwing more action at us, the story actually slows way down. It decides to focus on the internal horror, right? That slow, creeping dread that's been building inside Atul's mind. It's a classic move in psychological horror. Make the character's own mind the scariest place to be. See, for 5 years, Atul has been trapped in the exact same nightmare, over and over again. It's always a dark, toxic factory. He hears his sister's voice. He turns around, and it's not really her. It's this horrifying version of her, skin all scorched, eyes rotted, and she's pleading, "Free us." This isn't just a bad dream, you guys. This is some kind of psychic echo. It's brilliant foreshadowing that's telling him and us that whatever happened to Archana was so much worse than a simple car crash. And then the dream starts to bleed into reality. Atul's friends come to him with this digital ghost, a conspiracy video they stumbled upon about a secret government experiment in a town called Ravipuram. And guess what? It's the exact same town where Archana disappeared. And just as quickly as they find it, poof, the video is scrubbed from the internet. Gone. But they remembered one line from it. And this one line changes absolutely everything. This isn't just a missing person case anymore. Not by a long shot. It's suddenly a story about body horror and government cover-ups and this terrifying idea of being trapped somewhere between life and death. So armed with this truly terrifying clue, Atul and his friends head to Ravipuram. And it's here that the story shows us one of its best tricks. The location isn't just a backdrop. The city of Ravipuram itself is the monster. The narrative does this amazing before and after to build this incredible atmosphere. Ravipuram used to be called the city of employment. The whole town's heartbeat was the sound of the factory whistle. Now, it's a silent, toxic graveyard. That contrast, that deep feeling of profound loss, honestly, it's more unsettling than any monster could ever be. The environment here is practically a weapon. I mean, just imagine walking through it. First, you're hit with the silence. It's so total, it's almost deafening. Then you start to see these things. Laundry still hanging on a line, a half-eaten meal just rotting on a table. It's like somebody just hit the pause button on an entire city. And then, into that dead silence, comes this horrific smell, followed by a sudden violent noise. And that noise, it's a door splintering into pieces. And from the total darkness inside, 2 red eyes just ignite. Okay, so the time for that slow creeping dread is officially over. The story just slammed its foot on the accelerator, shifting gears from atmospheric tension right into pure, unfiltered survival horror. All of that tension that was so carefully built up, it has to erupt somewhere, right? And boy, does it. It explodes in this frantic, violent burst of action. The slow burn is done. From here on out, it is all about just trying to survive. And the creature that comes out of that doorway is just horrifyingly efficient. This is not your slow, shambling zombie, no way. This thing is fast, it's strong, and it is absolutely brutal. It takes out one of Atul's friends, Tanya, almost instantly. The story is basically screaming at you, these things are apex predators and the stakes could not be higher. Fleeing into the factory, the very place from Atul's nightmares, only makes things 1,000 times worse. They find these huge piles of burnt corpses, the factory's old workers, and then the bodies start to move. This factory isn't just an abandoned building, it's a full-on incubator. confirming their absolute worst fears.
And all of this leads to the story's absolutely devastating climax. Atul has been searching for answers for 5 long, hard years. Well, he's about to get them. But as we all know, in great horror stories, the truth rarely offers any comfort.
He finds her. His sister, Archana, is actually alive. But, just like in his nightmare, she's one of them. She tells him she's not human anymore, that her body is filled with chemicals instead of blood. The only thing keeping her from attacking him is her own sheer force of will, a battle that she knows she is just seconds away from losing. In this frantic, desperate rush, Archana just lays out the whole horrifying truth. This place wasn't a chemical plant. It was a secret lab, trying to create zombies to develop new medicines. But of course, the experiment went wrong, the zombies got loose, and the government's brilliant solution was to just blow the whole place up, cook up a toxic gas leak cover story, and trap everyone inside. She was bitten right as she was making that final, desperate phone call to him. And then, she presents him with a truly impossible choice. There's a gas capsule nearby. It can end the whole nightmare. It'll destroy every single zombie in the city. But it's an all-or-nothing solution. It will kill all of them, including her. He finally has the power to win, but only if he's willing to destroy the one person he came all this way to save. As his friends, now turned into these creatures, start to close in, Archana gives him her final request. End this story. She gives her brother the impossible task of not just saving the world, but of killing his own sister to do it. And so, Atul breaks the capsule. As Atul walks away from the city in flames, the story leaves us with its final, chilling question. It really forces you to ask, what's the real monster here? The creature with bleeding eyes, or the impossible, soul-crushing choice you have to make to stop it? Because for Atul, you know it's the choice, not the creature, that's gonna haunt him for the rest of his life.